Today, we're talking about why Diablo Immortal may be delayed, and this one comes from a community question, so let's answer it. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and welcome back to the channel, back with some more Diablo Immortal, about to jump into one of my favorite parts of the game for some gameplay in the background for you to enjoy while we have this discussion. Now, I want to remind you guys, if you have any questions about Diablo Immortal or ideas or speculations, you can come leave those for me in my Discord server. That is where today's video is coming from, as we have a question from Gambit coming on through. So you guys could have your questions answered as well in videos just like this. So as soon as this battle gets started, we're going to be diving into that question. You're going to see the question, and then I'm going to be giving you my answer to the question. So the question from Jace Gambit. I have a question for Echo that I've been speculating about for a while. My tinfoil hat theory is that a part of the Diablo Immortal delay can be attributed to the negative reception at Blizzcon 2018. If there's any truth to this theory, it's a bit jading. I've invested thousands of hours into D1 through D3 on PC, not to count 500 hours of D3 played on the Xbox and on Switch. I can't wait to be able to play Diablo on my phone. Some rough numbers you can find on Google. Approximately 40,000 people were in attendance at BlizzCon 2019. Not 40,000 Diablo fans, 40,000 total people in attendance. As of 2015, 30 million copies of Diablo 3 have been sold. Ignores Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 sales. So 30 million copies of Diablo 3 have been sold by 2015, a fraction of the 40,000 complained about Diablo Immortal at BlizzCon. That fraction does not represent the majority of us who love Diablo and would love to play on as many devices as possible. So, Echo, is there any truth to my crackpot theory that a few disgruntled fans stunted the release of Immortal? It brings up some good points. And by the way, my monk with my two guardians along with the monk. Gotta love that build, by the way. So 2018 BlizzCon, that's when Wyatt was on stage with a few others from the Blizzard team announcing Diablo Immortal, and the onslaught of boos came across the crowd. No one really in attendance was excited about Diablo Immortal. Remember, I was at home excited about it, thinking as a mobile guy, wow, this is a great opportunity for me, but most people were not. He makes great points that there were only 40,000 people in attendance, and not all of those people, I mean, maybe a quarter of those people were there for Diablo. So let's say 10,000 people were Diablo fans that were there, and they were unhappy. And honestly, there were not 10,000 people in that crowd in the attendance right there. So did that reception from that crowd slow down Blizzard? And well, first point here is that crowd was the initial reception, right? You had however many, maybe 1,000 people actually watching that live in front of them, and that was the initial negativity that was seen by Blizzard. But that wasn't the extent of it. These videos, the video of that release went up onto YouTube, and hundreds of thousands of people saw that, and there were a lot of people. Hopefully my editor can find a screenshot. Go check that out, Squad Trek. Try and find me a screenshot of how many thumbs downs that video had. You may have to actually look on the Blizzard or the Diablo YouTube channel for that one, but it'll be a great graphic to show right here to see just how bad the reception was for Diablo Immortal. And that's not taking into account the people that were there. It was not only people that were there that gave this reception. I mean, we're in a world of the internet now, so anytime that something big happens, it's blasted out on YouTube across the internet, and everyone is able to see it. That's exactly what happened with the announcement of Diablo Immortal. We all know, it's been said before, that it was handled wrong. It was mentioned too early. Honestly, my opinion is Blizzard didn't have much to talk about Diablo 4, yet they wanted to have a Diablo announcement, so they decided to prematurely push a Diablo Immortal announcement, which in turn kind of hurt Diablo Immortal from the get-go. It wasn't the way that it should have been done. I would say that most people would probably agree with me on that one, because Path of Exile, they went about it a different way. They said, oh, you know, Blizzard, whatever. I don't even remember how they did their announcement. They kind of made a joke of it. You know, we're making a mobile game. It's going to be sick. And, you know, however they did it, very casually, taking it lightly. And that community took it much better. I don't know who decided to do what, why, or whatever the thought process was. Either way, we were getting Diablo Immortal. Even back then, the game was going to be sick, insane, and incredible, but the announcement, the way it was told, it kind of messed things up. But did it stunt the growth of Diablo Immortal? Did it slow things down? And I honestly do not believe that the announcement, the reception from that announcement slowed anything down at all. I think that Blizzard was number one, I think they were too early with it. They told us about it before it was really ready. They probably had very little bit of the game actually ready at that announcement. Because in 2019, when I went, the game still wasn't halfway done. And that's when I played it and fell in love with it. And then in 2020, when we had the technical alpha, the game could have been done. It could have been shipped, but it wasn't done for Blizzard. They didn't have enough of the game done. So we're talking about like year after year. So the reason that Blizzard has not released Diablo Immortal yet is because it's not complete. They don't have the game that they are ready to ship. They don't have the game that they feel is going to knock everyone's socks off and convert all of these haters into lovers. And that's what they need to do, essentially. Blizzard can't mess around right here. This is their first stab into mobile. Yes, they have Hearthstone on mobile, but that was a port from PC. It wasn't built for mobile devices. Diablo Immortal is the first game that Blizzard's creating in conjunction with NetEase, as we spoke of in an earlier video, that is made completely for mobile devices. And well, they want to make sure that they get it right. So did it stunt their growth? No. Did it make them think twice about maybe, dotting their I's and crossing their T's, making sure that everything was perfect before they start and maybe bring out Diablo Immortal? Yeah, maybe it did make them say, okay, we have an uphill battle here. We need to make sure that everything is perfect, which is why they may be going through so many rounds of testing. Maybe that's why they included a bunch of us from the community to test out the game and give our feedback, and to go into meetings with them and really give honest feedback from a mobile gamer's perspective, from PC gamers' perspective, and even from the perspective of some people that have never played a Diablo game before. They're getting an inside look as to what they can expect from the community. And from the technical alpha, they were nervous. I mean, you could tell they were nervous. This is the first time that they were giving their baby, their 2-year, actually probably 3 years worth of development to people to actually play and dive into. Not a 10 or 20 minute part at BlizzCon, but literally handing us the game. And they were very, very happy with the reception that they got from mobile gamers like myself to PC gamers like Bloodshed. I think everyone had an overwhelmingly good experience with Diablo Immortal. Were there things to critique here and there? Of course. Any game is going to have that, whether it be PC, console, mobile, doesn't matter. There's always going to be critique, especially when something's in alpha. Mind you, I've said it before, but the technical alpha of Diablo Immortal felt like a finished game. It did not feel like things were left out. It did not. The only thing that was left out were the stories in the book. What was that called? The bestiary for the lore. That was the only thing that was left out and blurred out of it. But I mean, honestly, gameplay, all of that stuff was all there. So no, I don't think that anything has been slowed down because of BlizzCon. It just makes them possibly say, okay, we have an audience that's not open arms welcoming this just yet. So we better make sure we get it right. Now, with that being said, they don't have an audience that's open-armed and welcoming, but they actually do, as Jace Gambit says right here. He's played forever, D1, D2, D3, on PC, on console, and on Switch, and now he's open arms welcoming a Diablo game on mobile. So really, when you think about it, the people that are upset about Diablo Immortal coming to mobile, which are like possibly like the PC elitist groups, but believe me, I used to be part of it. I used to love PC and say PC is the best and only way to game. And now my tune has changed. I mean, PC is an excellent way to game, but it's not the best, nor is it the only. The best is the one that you enjoy the most, in my opinion. Whatever caters to your gameplay style is the best, and it's the best for you. For me, it's mobile. I'm a gamer on the go, and I like to spend, hours on my couch playing some Diablo Immortal, and I like to spend 10 minutes here and there playing Diablo Immortal and other mobile games. So really, at the end of the day, the best system is the one that fits into your lifestyle, well, the best. And I think that we have a ton of people waiting desperately to get their hands on Diablo Immortal. I know. And it's going to be such a massive audience. I don't even think anyone is going to be ready for how massive this is going to be. And right here, we're about to take down Bale, who is like the best boss inside of Diablo Immortal. Oh man, I miss playing this game. It's been quite a few months and I can't wait to get it back in my hands again. It's got to be any week now. I really do think we're looking at any week. But let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think that Diablo Immortal, the development was slowed down from the initial announcement in 2018? You now know my thoughts. It's time for you to tell me yours. Also, if you have any more questions like Jace Gambit did, come on through the Discord server, tag me in it, and it could turn into a video just like this one, because honestly, guys, making content for a game that's not here yet, well, it's not the easiest thing to do. I can run out of ideas. So you guys as a community, you can help me out with questions like this. It also helps me deep dive into this stuff and make me kind of analyze and think about it just a little bit more here and there. So I always appreciate you guys. From day one of starting this channel, it was about creating community and building up a group where we could game together, we could strategize together, and we could enjoy Diablo Immortal together. And we are there creating something amazing. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you sound off down below and subscribe if you like Diablo Immortal and want to see more. Have a great day, guys, and be good.